Namaste. Welcome to your prenatal asana series. We are going to practice Uttanasana, or also known as squat and rise pose. So as the name of the pose says, we are going to squat and rise. Now, because this is a squatting position, this has to be avoided in certain conditions. Though it's actually safe to be practiced in second and third trimester, in first trimester, this practice can be avoided. Reason being, in the first trimester, we are trying to stabilize the fetus in the womb. In those cases, full squatting is never suggested. So just keep in mind for this asana, and even in any asana which requires full squatting and the woman is in her first trimester. So avoiding full squatting is a good idea while she is in the first 12 weeks of her pregnancy. Now, there are other conditions where the full squatting should be avoided. First of all, if there is a condition of placenta previa, where the placement of placenta is downwards, that is near the cervix. In that case, it should be avoided. The second condition is cervical stitch, where there is a stitch given surgically to the women in the cervic muscle to avoid premature delivery. In that case also, this asana should be avoided. The third condition is breech baby. Breech baby is a condition in which the doctors check after the 36th week whether the baby has placed itself in the right position for getting ready for the delivery. Now, the correct position of the baby to get ready for the natural normal delivery is where the head is down and rest of the body is upwards. But the breech baby is a condition where the baby is other way around. That means the head is upward and rest of the body is downwards. In this condition also, this asana should be avoided. Full squatting asanas should be avoided. There's another condition called hemorrhoids, where there is bleeding happening from the anus area due to excessive constipation. In that case also, full squatting is not recommended. Now, there are other normal conditions in which there is excessive knee pain, back pain, or pelvic pain. In these cases also, full squatting is not suggested. Now, if you have to suggest this asana, and there are these conditions probably there, then a slight squat or bend can be done. Otherwise, full squatting should be avoided in all these conditions that I mentioned, including the first 12 weeks of the pregnancy. If women is not comfortable, otherwise also, even in a normal condition, to do full squat, as sometimes the leg muscles are not that flexible or prepared to do full squatting, it's okay to avoid the full squatting and allow her to reach wherever is her comfort zone. In some cases, if women want, then she can also take the support of the wall while practicing this asana. Otherwise, this is actually a very good posture to help the body to prepare for the labor, to prepare for the child to get engaged. Specifically in the third trimester and during the 9th month, if this asana is practiced, it helps the baby to get in the right position and get ready for the delivery, and the head to get fixed in the cervix region to prepare the body for the labor and the delivery. At the same time, it also allows any hip congestion to be released. It relieves leg cramps. It relieves any fluid retention in the legs. It relieves any congestion in the pelvis area as we're opening the pelvic area. And it also helps in regulating the blood flow, the digestive system at the same time. So there are so many benefits that can be reaped out of this asana if there are no complications otherwise. And this also stretches your calf muscles and hamstring muscles at the same time. So giving a good toning effect and helping the woman to engage the baby at the same time. And it also helps you prepare for any further squatting asanas if you're suggesting in the practice, because we do not hold in this posture. We're just rising up and going down, rising up and going down, and hence it's giving a bit more flexibility to the thigh muscle so that one can stay in the regular squatting postures for a longer period. So this asana is also a good preparatory asana for longer holding squatting postures such as Namaskar pose. So the way we practice this is simply creating almost a shoulder width apart space in between our legs. Now, as I'm in my 9th month, so the belly size is bigger. And it can be bigger for other women also. So if they want, they can create as much as required space for their belly to breathe in properly and be able to comfortably go into the squat position. Now, from here we interlace our hand. We begin to, given the comfort of each woman, you can even tell them to go until wherever they can reach, till here or wherever. This much. This is half squatting and coming up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Can also be guided with this. Coordinating with the breath is a beautiful way to do any movement posture, and hence this will make it easier to be practiced if the breath is guided with this. So inhaling up, exhaling down. Now, other way around is that we go into full squat, inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So this asana has very good benefits, specifically in the 3rd trimesters, in cases of normal condition. But if there is also a condition called premature labor, preterm labor, in that case, the labor pain starts to happen prior to 38th week, which is not safe for the baby, and hence we should be avoiding full squatting even in that time. So even though this is a good posture for the labor period, but it is not good if the labor has started prematurely. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, this is a very good practice. Thank you.